Hello, and welcome back to Arcanine Rides. I'm sure some of you will be surprised to see a new Kaabo Mantis sitting in my driveway, and I don't blame you. For those new to the channel, or for those who don't know, this is not my first Kaabo Mantis. My first was the base dual 1000 watt motor version from Fluid Freeride, and to put it briefly, I had a lot of issues with that scooter and avoided recommending it, and even pulled all my affiliate links for it despite it being a prominent part of the channel for most of this channel's existence. So you can imagine my surprise when Kaabo USA reached out to me about reviewing the Mantis 8. Well, I obviously said yes, and while I did receive the product for free, these first impressions and any updates and reviews in the future are all reflective of my own genuine thoughts and opinions, as is always the case on this channel. While the Mantis 8 is a different scooter, a smaller 500 watt brother to the 1000 watt version of the Mantis, it will be interesting to see if this scooter can repair my tarnished opinion of the Mantis. As I understand it, there are a number of changes that have been made across the whole line of Mantis scooters since I bought my original Mantis over a year ago, and I'm approaching the Mantis 8 with a clean mental slate and setting aside any previous biases I have. So, with that being said, I'm actually genuinely impressed with the Mantis 8 over the first few days of using it, so let me tell you about it. If you want to check out the Mantis 8, that link will be down in the description. Out of the box, the Mantis 8 has a compact, solid feel to it and is an easily manageable weight. The scooter sets up real quickly with just the handlebars needing to be installed in the classic Mantis top-loading handlebar clamp before the scooter is ready to go. I've expressed my dislike of this clamp in the past because of how much it limits the upgradability of the handlebars on the scooter. This is due to the smaller, less common 22.2mm diameter of clamp, and also the fact that new handlebar clamp installation is impossible without an adapter. That being said, there are adapters available to upgrade the bars on any Mantis scooter if you wish. I also have found the stock handlebar width to be quite suitable for this scooter given its other dimensions and general focus on portability and compactness. Speaking of, you can see that the size of the Mantis 8 is quite a bit smaller than its larger Mantis counterparts and other dual motor scooters. The deck height is lower due to the smaller 8-inch wheels, and its wheelbase is correspondingly smaller as well. Deck to handlebar height is slightly shorter, but not too short to the point of being uncomfortable the way the Highboy Titan was. The smaller dimensions mean the Mantis 8 is super portable and fits excellently into a car of any size. This is actually a huge deal for me with how often I'm loading up my car with scooters to go somewhere and ride. Based on how much I've enjoyed the scooter so far, this Mantis could easily become a go-to for me when I need to travel with scooters. One of the things that surprised me is how the smaller size of the Mantis 8 doesn't seem to affect how it feels to ride too much. I still have plenty of space for my feet thanks to the rear footrest, and as I mentioned, the handlebar height is functional despite being shorter than the 1000 watt Mantis. And because this is a strictly street riding scooter, I don't find myself missing the extra deck clearance too much. Moving up to the handlebars and cockpit area of the scooter, the Mantis 8 comes with the classic foam handlebar grips. I'm actually not a fan of these. The foam feels cheap and seems to break down over time, though unless I'm remembering incorrectly, these handlebar grips seem to be made of a denser foam than they were on the previous model of the Mantis. This new type of foam does seem like it would last longer, however I will be replacing these soon with my favorite Deity grips. I'm a big fan of this new style of buttons. The all black looks great and the click is very satisfying. It does seem to be impossible, however, to tell which motor modes are active. It's pretty obvious which setting you're on after you start riding, but it would be nice to be able to tell before you start riding. The left side of the handlebars has the same style of black clicky buttons, with the buttons for the lights, and to my surprise a set of turn indicators. It's super cool to see these standard on this scooter, and I would love to see more scooters do this. The signals are not particularly visible, especially during the day, because of how low and recessed they are, but I will never complain about more safety features on electric scooters. The horn button isn't working for me, but that could just be an issue with the wiring, or it could just be that there's not a horn on this scooter at all. It doesn't bother me at all either way, and is a very small thing to not have. Moving down the scooter, the Mantis 8 has the same diameter steering tube as the other models of Mantis. This leads down to potentially the most impressive and notable part of this scooter, the folding mechanism and clamp. The first time I unfolded this scooter, locked the clamp, and gave the handlebars a shake, my jaw almost dropped. Nothing happened. No wiggle, no bend, no nothing, just a completely solid steering tube and stem. The one thing I was genuinely worried about when getting the scooter was the notorious issues that Mantis scooters have had in the past with stem wiggle and stem brakes, and there doesn't seem to be even a hint of that here. I would partially chalk this up to shorter handlebar height and less leverage on the top of the steering tube, but the difference in stability between this and my old Mantis is so vast that it has to be due to this change of design. Looking at the clamp and stem and comparing it to the old Mantis, it seems that these ridges are new, and I would assume they made other changes as well because the difference in stability is really impressive. I hope that this stability continues as I keep using the scooter. Let's take a look at the suspension. The suspension on the Mantis 8 is extremely stiff. This was something I noticed on the Mantis Pro as well when I tried that scooter. The suspension on my old Mantis is extremely loose and squishy, and I bottom out the suspension on that scooter quite often, even over smaller bumps. On scooters with shorter suspension travel, like all the Mantis models, a stiffer suspension like this helps prevent the scooter from bottoming out. So while the suspension on the Mantis 8 makes smaller bumps more noticeable, it does a lot better on potholes and other rough bumps. Having suspension that actually soaks up bigger bumps helps prevent crashes and wipeouts on unseen obstacles. Staying down here on the wheels, we have the mud guards, which do look pretty dope, and I really like this Kaabo logo, but they're plastic, so they like to bounce and hit against the wheel and make some noise. I probably will end up taking them off. It'd be nice to see metal mudguards standard on more scooters so they don't whack and rub. Again though, this is not a factor in the performance of the scooter, so you could very easily leave these on with no problems. The Mantis 8 is rocking, well, 8-inch wheels with pneumatic tires to give the ride a little extra cushion. It will be interesting to compare the ride quality of the Mantis 8 to the Varla Pegasus, which will be coming next month, and the Pegasus will be shipping with solid wheels. I'm curious to see if pneumatic tires make enough of a difference in ride quality to justify the chance of getting a flat. The brakes on the Mantis 8 are sufficient, though they didn't blow me away. I will be enabling the electronic braking for my future rides, as the mechanical brakes alone took just a little too long to bring me to a full stop from top speed. This scooter has enough oomph and reaches a high enough speed where I'd like to see companies start putting hydraulic brakes on these dual motor scooters over $1,000. I've talked about this plenty on the channel, so I won't bore you with it anymore. One thing I was super happy to see change from the old version of the Mantis is that they put the brake rotor on the opposite side of the motor line. This means you can actually change your brake rotors if you want to upgrade or need to replace a damaged brake rotor. You couldn't do this on the old Mantis scooters because they used to put the motor line on the same side of the rotor. You couldn't get the rotors off the scooter because of it. So good on Kaabo for listening to feedback and fixing this. I don't really have high hopes for this deck mat as it really likes to peel up. As usual, I will be swapping it for grip tape. Probably gonna go for black and keep the whole scooter a nice stealth black. Same with the grips, just need some black ones to match the theme. Okay, let's talk about performance. The Mantis 8 sports dual 500 watt motors. I'm a big fan of smaller dual motors at this price point as opposed to a single 800 or 1000 watt motor because dual motors give scooters snappier, more responsive acceleration, and better hill climbing. I really like the acceleration curve on the Mantis 8 and all the Mantis scooters I've tried honestly, as it doesn't break your neck off the line but has strong consistent acceleration up to top speed. The Mantis 8 also climbs hills extremely well. As far as speed goes, I found the scooter likes to settle in around 25 or 26 miles an hour on flat ground. It would climb up over 30 eventually on longer straights, and I did hit a max speed of 32 miles an hour. I think this is a great average speed and great top speed for a scooter at this price. Overall, the Mantis 8 feels quick and agile and is a lot of fun to cruise on. This scooter feels like it would be a great option for anyone wanting the speed and feel of a higher end scooter without having to spend multiple thousands of dollars, or for someone who wants a lot of punch in a smaller portable package. The last couple things that I like about this scooter are the little accessories they include in the box. First, this handlebar bag, which is great quality and is super convenient to put on the Mantis and leave there. I typically use the S2 Pro for errand running, but if the Mantis 8 is your only scooter and you use it to run errands, or to go to the grocery store, or to go down the street to the gas station, throwing this bag on there would be awesome. They also include the Kaabo badge for the front of the scooter, which, as I mentioned before, I actually really like the Kaabo logo. I think it looks cool, but I just got the samples in for these white Arcanine Ride stickers, so that's going on the front instead. If you want to see these white logo stickers in the store, then let me know down in the comments. I really am genuinely impressed with the Mantis 8 so far, and I'm excited to see how it holds up over time in use. If you want to grab a Mantis 8, the link is down in the description. I also will be doing a range test for the Mantis 8 over the next couple weeks, which will go up on the channel, and the full review for the Mantis 8 should be out probably next month after I put a few hundred miles on it. Another huge video is coming out this week with another brand new scooter, so get subscribed to see that. Leave any other questions or comments you have for me down below, and I'll see you in the next video.